The truths you speak define your destiny. So what do I mean by that? We're walking around in a world and a culture that's trained us to believe that we must hide who we are in order to gain the approval of others, that we must wear false personas, facades, the illusion of being perfect, worthier of, most beautiful, most successful, most put together, whatever it is that we believe we must do in order to show up and be loved, accepted, validated, approved of by the people in our lives. So what winds up happening is that we surround ourselves with relationships where we believe that we must hide the most truthful, alive, vulnerable, messy aspects of ourselves because we have been told, just like in Picture Perfect magazines, that if our heart, our soul, our communication is not perfect, that we will be dropped. So we wind up walking around with these superficial relationships that we call our friends, that we call our lovers, that we call our family, yet we're hiding the most uncomfortable truths that need to be spoken in order to create connection and resonant chemistry. I've been having uncomfortable conversations lately with people who are dear to me in my life about topics that seem trivial or mundane in some way, yet are deeply significant because the truth that I either do or do not speak directly relates to the destiny that I am able to manifest in my life. So what do I mean by this? Recently this week I had two conversations, one with a man, one with a woman, about interactions that occurred between us that didn't feel good in my heart, where something felt out of integrity or something felt like I was being related with in a way where I wasn't being received. And these exchanges occurred maybe a week ago or maybe a week and a half ago. And what I was noticing is after these exchanges where I was related with in a way that didn't feel honoring of me or didn't feel energetically matched or didn't feel righteous, is that I was starting to feel resentment. I was starting to feel the frustration and the anger of my idea of this is how it should have been done, but this person didn't meet me in that. And there was this silence because there was also this fear that I felt that, oh, but it might be an uncomfortable conversation if I'm honest with these people about how I feel. I don't want them to feel bad about what I'm saying. I also don't want to be attacked or be made wrong for my truth. Yet I do know that if I don't speak something, that most likely what'll happen is that I'll create a story about why I'm right and they're wrong, and I'll create distance between us. And that's not the type of relating that I'm interested in. I'm interested in relating where I trust and know that the most important thing for me is to be honest about what is true in my heart and learn how to communicate those truths in such a way where I don't need to scorn or shame and make another person wrong in order to validate my rightness. So I wound up communicating with each of these people. I wound up reaching out from a place of love and connection, expressing there's something that I would like to clear with you. Are you willing to have a conversation with me? And going into the practice of being willing to speak the uncomfortable truth, because I know the opposite option is to suppress and repress the truth that exists in my heart, which is dis-ease, which is death. It is the thing that is killing so much of us, stressing out our nervous systems, having us feel like we need to swallow all of these truths and keep them sequestered in our body for fear that if I was honest, what would happen? I might be uncomfortable. I might have to feel things that are uncomfortable to feel. But I tell you right now, if you have a desire to experience more than what currently exists in your life, if you have the desire to manifest and magnetize a reality that is an embodiment of your authentic expression, your self-actualization, your greatest fulfillment, you must be willing to speak the truths that keep you disconnected from the source of all that is. Because if you opt into the story that I must hide who I am in order to maintain my safety, then your world, your reality will become a reflection of people and experiences and opportunities that ask you to hide who you are in order to live a mediocre life and fit in and just get by. So I'll tell you right now, one of the surest, truest, most embodied, authentic ways to manifest your destiny in the most pleasurable, true, authentic, radiant way is to validate the truth that exists within you. Realize that another does not need to be wrong in order for you to be right, and that you can share your truth from a desire to create connection and not separation, and to be willing to lean in and risk the fear of discomfort, which for so many of us, the fear of discomfort has been paralleled with death. Maybe not physical death, but identity, ego death. So if you want to lean into the law of attraction and mantras and all these nice things that sound good on paper in our minds, the surest way to actually harness and utilize the magic of them is to bring them down in our body and to be willing to feel the uncomfortable, erotic sensation of discomfort that is us shifting from one identity of hiding into a new identity of exalted expression. The truth you speak defines your destiny. So I ask you the question, what truth are you being called to speak today?